Field goal attempt by Ware. 44-yarder. Hold is down. Kick is right down the middle. So despite the struggles of the offense, Ware is able to convert from 44 yards. Arizona up by 10.
Saab gives you 4. BMW gives you 4. Volvo gives you 4. But Volkswagen gives you a 10-year limited powertrain warranty, which means you'll still be covered when he's old enough to drive it. Scary, isn't it? On the road of life, there are passengers, and there are drivers.
America's pastime.
Welcome back to Arena Football here on ESPN2. We're in America West Arena. I'm Todd Christensen along with Kirk Herbstreit. A stand of sorts for Connecticut. They really needed that one.
Connecticut was big-time stop. Great play by Steve Shine. Now it's important again. We've said that they need to get this offense going, but Aaron Garcia's had a couple opportunities now. Maybe he is shaken a few of the nerves, and now maybe he's ready to go here on this third series.
Once again, another tough ricochet. Willie Gaston makes the catch, but he's not going to get out of the end zone, but he did make the attempt. Classic rivalry continues live on ESPN. Barry Bonds and the San Francisco Giants take on the NL's leading hitter, Mike Piazza, and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Piazza at 364 has a chance to be the first catcher to lead the league in hitting since Ernie Lombardi?
Oh, Ernie Lombardi. That's right.
Connecticut first and 10 at the 5-yard line. Garcia needs to get something going here. Harris in motion right. Comes out to the left flat. Catch is made by Morris, and he's tackled out beyond the 20-yard line for the initial first down of the game for the Coyotes.
Nice simple route there for Garcia. Get his feet wet. Now he is able to get this thing going. The offense really, without Harris, looks a little jittery.
Left deuce, 33 swing, F rush, on high.
Garcia now with his first completion, hopefully into his rhythm. Gets it out to the tight end in the flat. Great catch by Basil Proctor. And he's tackled out at the 14-yard line. Inevitably, it happens when they throw to that tight end. The defense is surprised.
Well, Basil Proctor is a guy that when he gets the ball in his hands coming out of your backfield, slips right by Young. And when he gets out there, now he's going to be able to do something with the ball. And Milton, lucky to catch him from behind to push him out of bounds. Danny White, little concerned. Hunky Cooper has turned his ankle. They're going to retape him, and he hopes to be back later in the game.
I mentioned Proctor at tight end. You're right. He was the fullback. Harris in motion left. Garcia with plenty of time, rolls out right, a flag is down, he scrambles out, gets about 1 or 2 yards, and I believe that there was a defensive person out of position.
Illegal defense.
Danny White does not like that, obviously. One of his linebackers slipping out of the box. When a quarterback scrambles.
Number 24 on the defense, 3 yards automatic first down.
Well, it's Brian Easter, and Brian is playing because of the fact that Hunky Cooper is out. He steps forward. He's not in that 2-yard box.
Now, I have a little confusion here because Brian Easter looked to me that he might be playing the MAC, and Henry Milton, number 1, I thought was playing the Will. The Will linebacker is the linebacker that has to stay within the confines of the guard to tight end. And Easter, I think, has the ability to make any move he wants.
Doesn't matter now. First and 10. Morris in motion right. Hand off to Proctor up the middle, and it looked for a minute like he had a pretty good-looking hole, but he tripped himself up over his own lineman.
Also has to get his head up and try and see where he's going. Looked like he was determined to get right up that A-gap. If he lifts that head up, maybe he finds out that he could have bounced that to the outside, maybe picked up another 5 yards, maybe all the way into the end zone.
Far right trip, Zorro. 39 polecat, 8 shallow, 1 high. Far right trip.
There you can see the armband of which he's calling the plays. You heard ex-post. 3 wide receivers set left. Morris in motion left. Garcia looking in that direction. Instead, he goes out to the flat where Thomas Orr makes the catch, but not much of a gain, maybe a yard and a half. So big third down coming.
Boy, right now, Connecticut, if they want to be able to score inside the red zone, their wide receivers have got to be able to get off the line of scrimmage. They are getting manhandled by the bigger defensive backs in Arizona. Garcia, you know, it looks like the pressure's getting to him, but it's really coverage sacks because he has nobody to throw the football to.
Something you don't see much in arena football. Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive secondary for Arizona. 0 for 2 on third down conversions for Garcia thus far. Morris in motion with the halfback pass back to Garcia. Oh, he had him. He had him, but Garcia was standing still. Why didn't Garcia? You've run that before. It looked like they had exactly what they wanted.
It did. It looked like a little confusion. Larry Kuharich not real happy. Keep in mind, Aaron Garcia has only been with Connecticut for the last 5 weeks, and watching Morris go, and then Morris is leading him upfield. That's a touchdown if they're on the same page.
It really is. I mean, I got to figure, now you're a former quarterback. You've got to know that if that's a situation, you know the ball's coming to you. There's no way you're going to make that mistake. But you're right. In fairness to him, maybe it's a matter of the offense. Well, Larry Kuharich said he was going to pull out all those stops. It looks like they're going to be going for it on fourth down when we come back.
How do you keep track of everything that happens in the world of motor racing?
Things. I say that they're going to go for it, and what happens on the field comes Michael Geary to attempt the field goal. Still in the first quarter. You know what? I can't question this decision either. You saw earlier, of course, he's missed those 2 very long field goals. This will be a 22-yard attempt. Hold is down, and Geary sneaks it in inside of the left upright. So a little bit of frustration on the part of Connecticut. Nonetheless, they did come away with some points.
Well, and the thing that surprised me, you mentioned they're more likely going to go for it. Larry Kuharich last night told us that most of the game is going to be 4-down situations. They will be going for it more often than not on fourth down, and here they are. Again, and I can understand where Coach is coming from. Down 10-0. Just want to get some points on the board, and the way that third down play went was hard for them. You see Bruce Hardy, the offensive coordinator, trying to get this team focused and ready to play some football when they get the ball back. But I think Connecticut has to be happy they got points on the board.
The quest for Olympic gold continues. The 1996 Dream Team plays on the deuce. The U.S. men's basketball team takes on the Greek Olympic team Tuesday, July 16th, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific time. And after their initial scare on the select college team, they've been looking great. Yeah, I thought it was too.
Wasn't that great?
Yeah, it really was. But since that time, they've been mauling everybody. Geary with the kick, and Milton is the one replacing Cooper, who plays it well off the screen, gets outside the 10-yard line, and then he is dragged down by George Del Rico right at the 10-yard line.
Hunky Cooper out at this point, has not checked back into the game. Now, we mentioned they're in the process of taping the ankle there, and he wants to come back, but he has to be careful. This is a game, you got to remember, they have a week off next week, Tampa Bay the following week. No reason unless he really has to come back tonight, but we'll see how it affects him. Todd, you mentioned he's a two-way player, and we've already seen it's caught up to him at linebacker, and we'll see how it affects their offense.
Rhythm and chemistry have a lot to do with football, and you saw right there, 8-game winning streak, franchise record. They don't want to mess with that. Going up top again, not wide open, had him by a step. Herb Duncan. But Bonner's touch wasn't quite there. I would agree with you in terms of how valuable Hunky Cooper is, but nonetheless, it also affords the opportunity to people like Herb Duncan to get some playing time.
It's obvious Danny White feels very, very confident in the ability and the skill positions, and for good reason. Coming into this game, they have a number of receivers, not only the 3 we mentioned, but Herb Duncan and Henry Milton also can help this team out, and they're going for the big strike, the big home run. We saw it the first play of the game. It worked to Calvin Schexnayder, and I'm sure you can see that the remainder of the night, they will try and hit the big home run.
Since that time, however, Bonner has missed on his last 3 attempts. 2nd and 10, Schexnayder in motion left. Fake the run and comes back. The screen to the tight end Young, who breaks a tackle. Wayne Morris had him dead to rights right at the line of scrimmage, but he's able to break through and get close to first down yardage. It is a first down.
Little redemption for Tyler Young. We isolated on him when Steve Shine gave him the Olay, went right around him for a sack. Well, this time he has a chance to be a hero, a chance to catch the ball, and good pressure again by Connecticut. Bonner with the big frame is able to get it over, and then look at Tyler Young in the open field showing some nifty moves and enough effort to pick up that first down.
Well, that's the reason why he had the struggle with Shine. Clearly, you can tell by his physique that he's a pass-catching tight end.
That's right. That's right.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter. The Arizona Rattlers are leading, but Connecticut Coyotes able to get back in it with a drive and a field goal. So at the end of the first stanza, Arizona 10, Connecticut 3.
If you do this, you need this. If you get these, you need these. Forget Band-Aids, tape, and gauze. Spiraflex abrasion, skin saver, and blister dressings get you back in the action fast because Spiraflex helps you heal faster, reduces pain and scarring, and protects up to 7 days. Spiraflex abrasion, skin saver, and blister dressings are now available in the first aid section of a store near you.
Now, there's a brand new motor oil made to handle the stresses on your hard-working engine. 4x4 from Quaker State. Off-road driving. Extreme temperatures. Especially towing and hauling. They all make your light truck or 4x4 work extra hard and could shorten its life. Why settle for a conventional car oil? Get a synthetic blend that can take the punishment. 4x4. It's new from Quaker State. The intelligent oil for hard-working engines.
Yesterday, we went to my favorite place, Burger King. Mom and Dad had a special surprise waiting for me. It was Quasimodo.
Now your kids can get all 4 puppets. From Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame, just $1.99 each with any value meal.
And then I got carried away just like Quasimodo. Okay, maybe the last part didn't really happen.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame puppets, only at Burger King.
Welcome back to the America West Arena in downtown Phoenix, Arizona, where the Rattlers are leading the Coyotes by the score of 10-3. I am Todd Christensen along with Kirk Herbstreit, and the main man for the Rattler offense is back out after the tape job.
He will come back. You can see a noticeable limp there, and I'm very surprised, considering the off week next week, that Hunky Cooper is back in this game.
Well, it could be that might be the reason, because it is an off week. Schecksnader in motion left. Bonner able to draw Connecticut offside, or at least that's what it appeared to be.
You got encroachment, number 19 on the defense, 3 yards to first down.
Paul Duckworth is the man that they caught. You know, getting back to the idea of Cooper, you say you're surprised, and yet at the same time, I think this is something with regards to Danny White saying, look, we don't want to take this game lightly, because clearly with a week off and then, of course, the big game against Tampa, that's a danger for this Rattler team.
Yeah, and that's something you can see in the warm-ups. The coaches were obviously, they feel threatened by that. They have really been getting after this team all week, not to take this Connecticut team too lightly.
1st and 7 at the 23. Bonner going deep again. Has Schecksnader on the corner. He makes the adjustment. Touchdown! Willie Gaston's coverage was not bad, but when Schecksnader looked back and he didn't, he's the one who was able to make the adjustment and come up with a football.
Ball was thrown way before Calvin Schecksnader made his cut, and that's something that you can practice, and the quarterback and receiver have to really get a feel for. Schecksnader just goes up and finds the football. Willie Gaston had good coverage, but you know, that's really what makes Randy Gatewood, Hunky Cooper, and Calvin Schecksnader so special, is the way they go up and find the football.
Schecksnader now shares the lead with Gatewood, 16 touchdowns apiece. We're on for the extra point, and it is good. So once again, the combination of Cedric Bonner to Calvin Schexnayder strikes lightning. 2 touchdowns for that pair. They're up by 14.
I don't know, but it's been said, athlete's foot's as good as dead. Mighty Mike.
The cooling action.
Mighty Mike. Axe on contact, this I know, cause that tingle tells me so. Mighty Mike. New Mighty Mike. Stops the itch and cools the burn, penetrates to kill the germ. Athlete's foot, don't let it win, stamp it out with Micah 10.
This man thinks he's just won the lottery. He hasn't. He also thinks he's tasted new Miller beer. He hasn't. Brand new Miller beer. Why miss out? Look for the red label.
It's a trip to paradise, and this man has lost his vacation money. And so has he. This man was carrying cash. But he insisted on American Express traveler's checks. So while he had nobody to turn to, this man called the people at American Express as he tried to contact someone back home. With just one phone call, American Express can refund your lost or stolen traveler's checks just about any time, any place. Don't take chances. Take American Express traveler's checks.
Now, this couple thinks they've just stretched out on a bearskin rug. They haven't. They also think they've tasted new Miller beer. They haven't. Brand new Miller beer. Why miss out? Look for the red label.
Tonight's presentation of Arena Football on ESPN2 is brought to you by Miller Lite. When you've got the great taste of an ice-cold Miller Lite, life is good. And by the American Express corporate card, giving you the freedom to do what you do best. Calvin Schexnayder having a terrific evening. 2 catches, 62 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Not too bad.
No, not too bad.
See the scoring drive taking up 3 minutes, 25-yard touchdown to Calvin Schexnayder. Schexnayder really appears to be focused tonight, and when he's gotten his opportunities, he's jumped on them.
Well, he's got his do-rag on straight, too. Kick comes off the screen. Gaston once again with problems. Cuts back. Has a little room in the middle and cuts out. If he beats where he's gone. 20, 15, 10. He's in there. No flags. Touchdown, Coyotes. How many times have you seen it? A little bit of a hesitation on the return. For some reason, the people covering relax, and he burst past him. Gaston with a big return. Just what Connecticut needed.
Willie Gaston, that's his 4th return of the year. He has 2 kickoffs, and make it 3 now. On a missed field goal, he is leading the AFL in return yards. As you mentioned, a slight hesitation. Then he gets to the outside. Once he gets outside where he is gone. Nobody will catch him. He goes 55 yards for the touchdown.
Gary on for the extra point, and it is good. Nice catch by the holder, Matt DiGennaro.
Could that be what Connecticut needs? A team right now that was looking for something to spark them. Maybe this is what this will really be what it takes to get them going, get them moving here in the first half.
The best riders in the world take to the streets of France. Defending champion Miguel Indurain will be on hand to defend his title as he goes for his 6th straight victory, but he has been struggling. He is in 8th place. Sunday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, presented by Michelin. You mentioned if that's just what the doctor ordered. I don't know if the doctor ordered it or not, but Connecticut clearly needed something to spark themselves. And with Garcia struggling as he has the first couple of series, Gaston came through. Take a look at Bruce Hardy, special teams and receiver coach. You might have known him as number 84 for the Miami Dolphins, a 12-year career. They're not only as their tight end, but their long snapper.
Got it done a number of ways. I think right now, Connecticut playing on the road, maybe they feel they can come up with a stop here. Their defense has really struggled here against Arizona. They come up with a stop here. It's a completely different ball game.
Cooper on the return up the middle. And his ankle didn't look too bad there as he gets out to the 15-yard line. A lot of cases, you know, with a sprained ankle, as you well know, it gets a little bit cold and stiff. And maybe if you can retape it, warm it up, it's not so bad. He didn't look too bad there.
Plus, if you've had a history with it, you're actually breaking down scar tissue, and for about 5 to 10 minutes, it's intense pain, and then it subsides. And maybe getting it massaged a little bit, and also the tape job helps that with that.
Oh, you're a physiologist now?
No, but I've experienced those ankles.
Okay. Schexnayder in motion right. great protection. Down the middle on the post. Great play. Diving over the top is Eddie Brown. It looked like Duncan was going to get the post pattern and go into the end zone, but Brown goes over the top, gives up his body, and bats down the Bonner pass.
Eddie Brown brings a great deal of experience at Michigan State. He's a two-way player playing defensive back and also wide receiver. And here takes a chance by going over Duncan, but almost comes up with the interception. Fantastic athletic play there by Eddie Brown. And as I mentioned, that was one of the things that Larry Kaharick pointed out last night. Right away, Eddie Brown brings experience not only in arena football, but all the way back to major Division I college football.
Hunky Cooper in motion right on 2nd and 10. A flag goes down. Bonner overthrows Duncan. And for a guy at 63.5, something that you and I have pointed out, he's streaky. He'll go like 10, 11 straight where he gets completions. Then he'll go where he misses 6 or 7 straight.
Offside, second neutral zone.
This way, after he ran his hook, he took 2 steps back towards this way. Towards me. Where I'm standing right now.
But look on Danny White's face, he's not buying that.
On that too. The left X back. Hot 19, screen left. Left, X back. Hot 19, screen left to the tight end on 1-on-1. Ready?
You heard him, screen to the tight end. See if the big boy can get it done.
Larry Boyd is the one who should catch the pass here. But once again, the screen passes just are not very effective for the Rattlers. We recall the one earlier. He did the same thing thrown away. He was almost on his back, or he was on his back, rather, courtesy of John Nee.
One of the things Danny White, I'm sure, is feeling wants to be a little cautious of is anytime you can score a couple easy touchdowns, it makes your offensive guys kind of feel, hey, this is easy. We can score anytime we want, and it gets you away from your game plan. And
right trips, Y loop, 54 hook on 1-on-1. Ready? Hustle up.
Just going to try and pick up the first down with a hook route.
If there is a flaw in the offense of the Rattlers, it is their 3rd down conversion, only 38% on the season. Plenty of time, gets the hook. Did he make the catch? No, it bounced. The official right on top of it. Gatewood tried to fool the official by keeping it underneath, but the side judge right there to rule it incomplete.
He had Gatewood isolated all by himself, plenty of room to work with. He gets to the sticks. He has Orr coming up. Look, yeah, the ball definitely hit the turf. Outstanding call there by the official who was right on top of it. The play happened right in front of him.
You make a very good point here. They appear very flat to me. Very flat. Now we're looking at about a 49-yard attempt by Trey Weir. Good snap and hold. Weir with the leg. It's going to be off the right screen. Gaston plays it, cuts up the middle. Once again, breaking tackles. Almost breaks the tackle to go the distance, but this time Trey Weir, who was juked before, is the one who has to make the tackle. And I don't want to overstate the case, but clearly the momentum has shifted. And you think that kickers aren't physical guys? Take a look at Weir. He's the last gasp. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? No, I think so.
KVOD 92.5 FM. For timeless tunes, cool classics, and the world's greatest music, tune to KVOD 92.5 FM, the classical voice of Denver. KVOD 92.5 FM, along with the Burt Automotive Group, your sponsors of the Family Channel and E on TCI Cable.
Human beings react quite strongly to sensory deprivation. Imagine suddenly losing your ability to hear. Compromise your ability to see and see what happens. Inhibit the freedom to speak and watch who gets an earful. The TCI Business Services Group satisfies the human need to be receptive. We'll help your business connect in more ways than one. Telecommunications tools that get you through. Call 603-5550. The TCI Business Services Group. Human senses, smart sense.
You would have figured that if quarterback Aaron Garcia at this point was 3 for 8 with 33 yards, that Arizona would be blowing them out. Instead, it's 17-10, and Garcia has a chance to get his people down the field to a tie score.
You'll just have to stick around and see for yourself.
First and 10 for the Coyotes at the 20-yard line. Harris in motion left. Has the time. Scrambles around, runs into his own man, and gets knocked forward for about a 5-yard gain.
Again, the Arizona defensive line appearing to get great pressure, but I'm telling you, the coverage by Arizona has been incredible. They're all over the wide receivers of Connecticut, leaving Aaron Garcia nothing to do other than to scramble and try and pick up a few yards. Right now, they have got to get a little bit more aggressive on running their routes to try and get open. You can see the bump coverage again by Arizona getting in the face of the Connecticut wide receivers.
Motion by Bobby Bird Wright. Once again trying to go up the middle, but nowhere to be found is yardage for Lorenzo Graham. So now they'll come up 3rd and 7.
Trying to catch him there in man-to-man coverage. Maybe a blitz there by the MAC linebacker. If you pop that trap through the middle, you're able to run up maybe all the way for a big play. You see Mayo coming up the middle, but guard can't come down on him, and Tracy Mayo makes a nice play and holding on to the big boy, number 33, Lorenzo Graham. Big play here for Connecticut.
3rd and 7. Harris in motion left. He's got him across the middle. Nice catch, reaching back for the ball. Touchdown, Connecticut. Aaron Garcia with excellent protection. Harris with the deep crossing route. The ball was thrown a little bit behind, but Harris reached back. Nice snag.
We mentioned Lee Harris, a lot of pressure coming in, replacing Larry Ray Willis, the leading receiver. He's just going to come across on a post route. He turns Richard Holt, and once he turns him, well-thrown ball. And when you get a ball thrown like that, Aaron Garcia really maybe starting to feel it a little bit, but you have to credit Lee Harris coming into the game. 2 receptions on the entire year with a heck of a move on Richard Holt.
Giroux with the extra point ties it up at 17. And if you'd have thought at the middle of the second quarter the 2-8 Connecticut Coyotes would be tied with the 10-1 Rattlers, well, you got one on me.
When you create the perfect pepperoni pizza, it's hard to say goodbye. Let it go. From Little Caesars, 3 kinds of pepperoni and 300% as much of it. $8.99 carried out. Pizza. Or have it delivered.
Announcing special savings on Armor All waterproofing sealer. Now for only $7.99 a gallon, you can protect the wood, brick, and concrete around your house. But hurry, this Armor All waterproofing sealer special is for a limited time only.
Did soccer discover America, or did America finally discover soccer? Either way, soccer is here in a big way, and it's here for good. The MLS on ESPN2. Action continues when the Kansas City Wiz take on the Tampa Bay Mutiny. Thursday at 7:30 on ESPN2. The MLS on ESPN2. Finally, America gets it.
14 unanswered points by the Connecticut Coyotes, and I think there are a lot of variables that have contributed to that, Kirk.
Well, they've had a number of things hurt them as far as getting up early. The emotions have completely switched in this ball game.
Well, it also affected Geary's. He just kicked the thing completely over the screen.
Well, you can really sense in just seeing the body movements by Arizona, they really have to kind of circle the wagons here and try and regain their attitude.
Stay with us next week for Arena's football game of the week. The Charlotte Rage, who have the league's leading receiver in Andre Langley, will travel to Hartford to take on these Connecticut Coyotes next week on the Deuce, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. First and 10 at the 5-yard line for Bonner and company. 3-step drop. Gets the quick pass out to Schexnayder, who's stuffed out of bounds at about the 9-yard line by Thomas Orr.
Connecticut coming into the game defensively, wanting to do a couple things. They wanted to try and show combo coverage, play a little too deep, which is surprising, but at the same time, the motion man. Larry Kaharick really felt that the motion man for Arizona keys their offense, what they're going to do. They really feel they exposed that motion man, so they will man up with number 22, Willie Gaston, in those circumstances.
After that touchdown pass, Garcia does not look so bad in the quarterback comparison. 2nd and 5, he's going up top to Hunky Cooper, who makes a nice adjustment. A flag goes down, but my guess that's going to be against Gaston, and the play will stand. Excellent concentration on the part of their stud, number 14, Hunky Cooper.
It's amazing to watch Cedric Bonner work with these three receivers?
Pass interference on the offense.
Oh, goodness. They cut him with a little shove at the last minute. Let's take a look.
Watch Hunky Cooper going downfield. The ball is up in the air. Now look at the right arm. See the little push off. That's what they're going to call there. It didn't really appear that Willie Gaston had any contact at all. Hunky Cooper with the right hand pushing off on Gaston is the call. That'll be a loss of down. Big play there. And you know, until we saw that replay, officials again right on top. Until we saw the replay, I thought it looked like Gaston might have gotten a little bit too close. We've seen that a lot throughout the year, but you know, unfortunately for Arizona, Cooper on the little push.
Well, I certainly have to admit that I was wrong. I agree with you. It appeared to me that he had a little bit of a hook. That to me was just the usual hand fighting that you see all the time. That's not what the official decided, and so as a result, 3rd and 10. Schexnayder in motion left. Bonner gets him the ball on the hook route, and he's got enough for the first down. It'll be marked just across the 16-yard line.
Well, Calvin Schexnayder really picking up a great deal of momentum, going in motion. When you go into motion like that on 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, if you're Connecticut, you don't want to take a chance, because with Danny White, you never know when he's going to go behind you. But you might want to think about settling in right there, because he's pushing off like he's going deep, and he just stops right across the sticks, and it's just a gimme first down.
And you got to figure that in 3rd and 10, more than likely, you're not going to go up top, and you're right. Given the circumstance of Connecticut, I concur with you on that. Nonetheless, first down, hook route to Hunky Cooper, who catches the ball, cuts back to the middle of the field, gets almost to midfield. As we get a chance to see some of the out-of-town scores. Anaheim over Charlotte. I think that's a lot closer than people would have anticipated, and so they keep pace, so to speak, with their opportunity to catch Arizona, now at 9-3. And Iowa over St. Louis in a big Central Division battle, 65-58. You made a point earlier in the day, which I thought was a very cogent one. Iowa might be playing the best football in the Arena League right now.
When they play at home, they are tough. Think about the playoffs. If Iowa gets to play at home, there will be a team to reckon with this year.
Definite home field advantage in the barn.
They get crazy up there.
Well, Cedric Bonner didn't like what he saw, and so he called timeout. So we'll break away with Arizona and Connecticut knotted at 17.
There's action.
What a play! These fans are on fire.
Hooray. And then there's arena football action. This is football with an attitude, and a game with this much attitude deserves a credit card with even more. The Arena Football League Visa from MBNA. With no annual fee and a low introductory annual percentage rate, it's the hardest hitting card on any field. Call toll-free 1-888-66-ARENA to apply for your Arena Football Visa today. Once you start to use the card, you'll get 2 free tickets to an arena football game. The Arena Football League Visa. No annual fee, a low introductory annual percentage rate, and free game tickets.
Marty, you're my agent. I can do arena football. Just give me a shot.
The Arena Football League Visa. Apply for the card with an attitude. Call toll-free 1-888-66-ARENA today.
To Phoenix, I'm Todd Christensen along with Kirk Herbstreit. 2nd and 2 for the Rattlers just inside midfield. And Danny White, not as demonstrative as we've seen him. I think he's a little bit frustrated with the fact that there's a genuine lack of emotion with his ball club.
I think what he's seeing right now is reminding him of a couple weeks ago. They were at Minnesota, at Memphis, kind of a lethargic group in the first half. Matter of fact, they were trailing in the Memphis game, and he doesn't want to see that in this game.
Bonner once again attempting the screen pass. Gets it to Mao with a lot of room, who cuts back against the grain, and he will go in standing up. Well, just as we've been critical of the screen passes, the first 2 were absolute duds. This one was a beauty.
Completely fooling Connecticut. Bonner, look at his eyes looking off to the right, and then finds Mount. Now he comes upfield. He's going to get a good block downfield by Tyler Young, springing him into the end zone. And Todd, we mentioned, as you just said, the screen passes, the timing of the screen pass just was not there. Sensational job by Bonner, using his eyes and getting the defense off to the right.
Bonner with his third touchdown pass. Every one of them has been over 25 yards. So they may struggle in the red zone, but they certainly use the long field. Tracy Mao, another one of those studs who plays both fullback and linebacker.
He's another one of these players you see in arena football who can really get it done on both sides of the ball. And that's where it helps with Bonner, who is 6'4", close to 6'5". He gets it over top of the defenders, and then Mao just showing the ability to run in the open field. And I love to see the effort by the linemen coming downfield after they had already gotten one block. They're getting 20 yards downfield, hustling in front of Mao to try and spring him loose into the end zone.
Well, we mentioned some of the reasons as to why they may be flat, and the schedule might have something to do with it. Next week they are off. They have an open date, and of course the big game on the 27th at Tampa, where the two best records in arena football will face off. Clearly there's a danger that they were looking past this game, thinking that they could just show up and win.
And many people feel, as you see on July 27th, that might be a prelude to the Arena Bowl this year. Both teams have had a great deal of success this year, but Todd, right now Arizona has got to concentrate on tonight's ball game. Forget about next week having off and then traveling down to the Thunderdome. They have to take care of a team in Connecticut that is here to play football.
Only one possession without a score. Where with the kick? Gaston plays it off the screen well, and he's got some nice blocking to the right. And once again, it appeared that you talk about some of the times the runners don't have vision. I saw a lane to the right, but he just cut in trying to get some extra yards in the middle of the field. He might have gone the distance if he stayed right.
Looked like Willie Gaston was just trying to really pick up acceleration. Remember Willie Gaston in Alabama, an all-SEC performer as a safety for the Crimson Tide. He's a guy that has had a tremendous amount of success returning this year, leads the league. Now you think he's going to pop it to the outside, has some blocking out there, and decides just to lower the shoulder and pick up as many yards as he can. But he has had, with the touchdown tonight, he now has 4 touchdowns on returns, which is sensational.
And tonight, 3 returns for 95 yards. Pretty good average. Eddie Brown in motion left. Garcia comes back to the right. The catch is made by Bobby Bird at about the 24-yard line. Garcia does a good job of looking the field over. He looked left, looked to the middle, and came back to the right.
Looked like a little broken coverage here. See Herb Duncan just take off. He's taking off, and here's Bobby Bird saying, throw me the ball. There's nobody out here. Picks up the first down, but I was not only watching Bobby Bird there, I happened to be watching Lee Harris going all the way down the center of the field. Looked like a broken coverage.
Wide corner, on go, ready? Don't jump, don't jump.
I always love it when they say Y corner or H post. We can figure those out.
Yeah, that's right.
First and 10 at the 24. Eddie Brown in motion. There he is on the corner. The throw is there. Oh, man. Now, we've been critical early of Aaron Garcia and his accuracy, but that was a dart. That was a beauty.
Drops back here with authority. I think he knew where he wanted to go based on the leverage that Eddie Brown had. It breaks to the outside on the flag, and ball is perfectly thrown away from Milton Vaughn, number 7, as he comes over to defend it. Now Connecticut has to close the door. They have to finish the deal off. This is where it's tough to score against Arizona inside the 5.
As a quarterback, you can appreciate the fact that wasn't a very good route. I mean, he just basically ran to the corner. Vaughn wasn't fooled at all, but the throw was so good, there was nothing he could do about it. Brown in motion, takes the pitch right, gets a lead block, but gets shoved out of bounds just outside the 5-yard line. Milton Vaughn, defensive specialist, up to support from the secondary.
That's why I mentioned a great play there previously to get the ball down and inside the 5-yard line, but now you got to finish the deal here. Milton Vaughn came up to knock down Eddie Brown, but this is tough to do when you're trying to you're going to go with a play-action pass, you're going to try and maybe hit a quick slant. It makes it very tough on an offense trying to score the ball or score down inside the 5.
Doug Kay was the coach of the Charlotte Rage last year. This year, defensive coordinator. He really has done a good job despite the points allowed. Fake handoff, Garcia in motion left. Didn't fool him, but he gets to the back. Diving attempt by Eddie Brown, but he couldn't come up with it. The play action fooled absolutely no one.
Connecticut there just trying to take advantage of Aaron Garcia's excellent speed. He broke contain. He got to the outside. And once he got out there, he had a choice to run it or throw it off.
Flag was down, but evidently they picked it up when he broke contain and went outside the pocket. Now, as you mentioned, a big 3rd down play for Garcia.
Feed him, baby. Right step through. 39 poles. East Willie. On height, ready? Yeah. 39 poles.
Not very good on either side of the ball. Third down conversions. Bird in motion left. Plenty of time. Garcia with a touch pass. Brown with the catch in the back of the end zone. Garcia once again with tremendous touch. A man right in his face. Boy, that was a lovely throw.
You know, we have seen Aaron Garcia throw with great velocity. Here he's looking left, looking left. He knows exactly where he wants to go. Look at that touch. That is extremely hard to do to Eddie Brown. He put it right where it had to be. And I think Aaron Garcia, who the first 2 or 3 series as an offensive unit, they struggled, I think now has settled in.
The thing that impresses me, and you would know this as a quarterback, it's one thing when you make the throw and you're about to get hit and you throw the ball hard. It's another thing when you know the guy's right on top of you, you know you're going to get hit, and you have to throw the ball soft. That's a great combination by that quarterback.
What else is outstanding, and really, if you've played any quarterback, you have an idea, it's so hard to teach quarterbacks to touch. You can go over and go over it and go over it, and some guys just can never develop it. I think Aaron Garcia has some natural abilities.
Well, that's safe to say as Gary converts. And so the Connecticut Coyotes just refuse to die. They tie it up at 24. Throw.
Question. What do you call hockey when the ice melts?
Roller hockey international. All the action. Cold ice.
Fabulous Sport Babe in the house.
New to Walt Disney World. It's the ESPN Club at Disney's Boardwalk, next to Epcot.
This is absolutely sensational. It's one of the greatest places I've ever been.
ESPN Club, now at Walt Disney World.
We gotta get a TO, baby.
1 minute remaining here in the first half, which means the clock will stop on all out-of-bounds plays, incomplete passes, and first downs. You have to be surprised at the score.
24-24, and I know Danny White is not happy with this first half. He scored 24 points, which is not too bad, but I think he's thinking a little deja vu as far as earlier in the year. Larry Kaharek mentioned last night, hey, we're confident. This is a team that might be 2-8, but we picked up Aaron Garcia just 5 weeks ago, and we're playing with confidence. We feel good, and we feel we can play against Arizona. In first half, he's right on the money.
The ball strikes right off the top, and what a great catch. Heads up on the part of Calvin Schexnayder. That could have been an absolutely huge turnover for Connecticut. It hit the upright at the very top of the screen and ricocheted clear out to the 10-yard line. If Schexnayder's not paying attention, that's Coyote football. Formula One racing on ESPN2. Damon Hill looks to extend his lead in the world driving champion point standings, going for his 7th win in 10 races after winning last week in France. Sunday, 8:45 a.m. Eastern time on the Deuce. First and 10 for Bonner at the 10-yard line. Schexnayder in motion right. Pitch out goes, surprise, running the football. Brian Easter, who has not had too many carries this season, gets about a 5-yard gain. Stay with us at halftime. Sports Smash with the witty and urbane Rich Eisen will be with you to keep you up on all the happenings in the day of sports.
Wax right. Laser 10 on first down, ready? Laser.
Quick pass out to Milton, who gets across midfield, and the clock will stop with 22 seconds just across the 25-yard line. Interesting use of time there by Arizona. The reason for the running play clearly is that they did not want to give Connecticut any time at the end of this half.
They're simply killing the clock. They think they feel confident enough that they can score in a hurry. Clock is ticking now, obviously down to 15 seconds and rolling.
And of course, you could read his lips. Hurry up. He's not down. Bonner gets up. Great protection, throws behind. The ball never touched the ground. It looked like Eddie Brown had a clear interception. It rolled across his body. Duncan had a chance to get a gift, but wasn't quite able to come up with it.
Oh, my gosh. Eddie Brown, I thought, had the interception. The ball rolled off of him. Herb Duncan, and first of all, Bonner falls down from the snap, and as he gets up, he has enough composure to make the throw downfield. Now, watch the ball. It does not touch the ground. If Duncan catches it right there, now it hits the ground. But if he holds on to it right there, he's close to a touchdown. And in worst-case scenario, falls inside the 1-yard line.
The time management by Arizona that we mentioned was not good. Falling down cost them a couple of seconds. Now with 5 seconds, more than likely, this could be the last play of the half. Slant route across the middle. Duncan makes the catch, but that will be the end of the first half. You can hear everybody screaming timeout, but there's no way they're going to do that. Clearly a slant route. You can see Danny White not very happy about it, but he has no one to blame but himself for Cedric Bonner. In that situation, why didn't they throw the ball, go out of bounds, short hook route, something?
You know what? I think they were hoping this quick slant was going to be maybe 3 to 4 seconds and get down and be able to get a timeout and then maybe another shot at the end zone or a field goal. See, you can see Bonner's telling Duncan that he should have gotten down, but as he stayed up fighting for more yardage, time expired. Officials were right on top of it.
Let's go down to Coach Larry Kuharek. Larry, you got to be very happy with the way your team has played in the first half. Tied. Did you expect this?
Well, we expected to come out here and battle them, and we're growing week by week, and I did expect it. I expected this kind of effort. Now, whether we were going to be tied, ahead, or behind, I didn't know.
Coach, what do you say at halftime to this team as far as getting ready for this second half?
This is our football game, okay? This is our football game. We'll come in here and rain on their parade. Our players believe we're going to win. We're going to play 60 minutes, and we're going to win.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you
Good
very
luck to you in the second half, Coach. Tough talk by a tough coach.
And he gets after it.
I'm telling you,
Coach.
The 2-8 Connecticut Coyotes are giving the Rattlers all that they can handle, tied up at half.
I don't see him. I think we're safe.
Of course we're safe. We're in my Subaru Outback.
I know the world's first sport utility wagon.
This beauty's got dual airbags, full-time all-wheel drive, and it's more stable in the turn than a Blazer.
What else you got?
Better braking than an Explorer. That's my Subaru Outback, the world's first sport utility wagon.
Welcome back to Olympic coverage. Now, the pommel horse is a great chance for the USA to move up in the medal race, and this young man is probably our best hope for gold. He's off to a good start. Oh, man, what form. He's really making this look easy. Into an L. To a handstand. Amazing! Here's the dismount, and he sticks it.
Bud Light, proud sponsor of the 96 U.S. Olympic team.
Now let's check in at the pole vault finals, where we're going to see some people doing...
Straight talk about hair restoration with Dr. L. Lee Bosley.
What exactly is hair transplantation?
I would say simply what we do is take excess permanent lifetime hair follicles from the back of the head where the patient has more than he needs and put them in the front of his head where they then grow permanently for the rest of his life. It's not going to be like your hair. It is your hair.
Why should I do it now?
I've had many patients say to me, well, I was staying at home. I'd lost my confidence. I'd become balding. I was never going out. I hadn't had a date for 3 years. Then I came in and had hair restoration. I found that I had a new girlfriend. My social life was revamped. I'd gotten my confidence back, and it was a whole new ball game.
Don't wait another day to do something about your hair loss. Call 1-800-980-4300 now for this free guidebook and video from the Bosley Medical Institute. That's 1-800-980-4300. It could be one of the most rewarding calls you ever make.
Hi, I'm Rich Eisen, welcoming you to your halftime smash. The Rattlers and Coyotes, just one of a trio of arena games tonight. Let's get you caught up on all the action. We start in Texas with the Terror hosting the Florida Bobcats. Let's go to that game, shall we? Second quarter, the Terror down 20-7. Robert Hall on 1st and 10. Lays one up for Todd Blackshear, touchdown. Terror cut it to 20-14 before crashing into the wall. Florida's Fred McNair, a one-man wrecking crew, running on a naked bootleg in from the 4. He threw for 5 TDs, ran for 2 more. Florida wins, beats the Terror 49-34. Bob McNair, actually Fred McNair, he's the brother of Oilers quarterback Steve McNair. I did not know that. In other action, Iowa comes back from down 7 at the half to drop St. Louis 65-58. Barnstormer QB Kurt Warner throws for 289 yards and 7 TDs. In Charlotte, the Rage fumble at the 1-yard line on the way in for the potential game-winning score. With a minute to play, Charlotte's Andre Langley set a new Arena League record with 108 receptions in a season. Horse racing history on the line today as Cigar went for his 16th straight victory, a victory which would tie Citation's North American record set in the 40s. And appropriately enough, Cigar would need to win the Citation Challenge to do just that. Cigar drew post position number 10 in a field that included Kentucky Derby favorite Unbridled Song. Here is track announcer Robin Leach.
Dramatic Gold is running a mighty race on the inside, but Cigar seems to have his measure. He's starting to stretch away now. Cigar is an unstoppable dynamo. The crowd rises to a champion. 16 in succession as Cigar assumes the crown of immortality. Second, Dramatic Gold. Eldish third from...
All right, I was kidding. That was track announcer Michael Rona because Robin Leach was too busy filming Dionne Warwick's house. Cigar does it and is now neck and neck with Citation in the record books and can break Citation's record with a win in the Pacific Classic at the Del Mar on August 10th. To the NBA, and it looks like the much-rumored three-way deal to send Charles Barkley to the Rockets is off. Newspapers in both Houston and Denver say talks between the Rockets, Nuggets, and Suns have ended without a deal. The sticking point, Dikembe Mutombo and his free agent status. The Nuggets were ready to sign him and trade him in the plan, but Dikembe has decided to test the free agent waters and not re-sign just yet. Elsewhere, the LA Times is reporting the Lakers have made their pitch to Shaquille O'Neal, offering him a 7-year, $95 million deal. It would also reportedly allow Shaq to become a free agent after 3 seasons, enabling him to re-sign with the Lakers for even more money. And Juwan Howard is heading to Miami. His agent David Falk says the second-year player has agreed in principle to a deal with the Heat. Reports have it as a 7-year, $98 million package, and this is a not-so-subtle reminder. All-Stars Barry Bonds and Mike Piazza match power in the ESPN Sunday Night Game of the Week. First pitch, 8 p.m.
I don't know, but it's been said, athlete's foot's as good as dead. Mighty Mike. No cooling action. Mighty Mike. Axe on contact, this I know, cause that tingle tells me so. Mighty Mike. New Mighty Mike. Stops the itch and cools the burn, penetrates to kill the germ. Athlete's foot, don't let it win, stamp it out with Mica 10.
To protect your engine, remember, pure oil now, pure oil later.
Pure oil later.
Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame is in theaters. Will today be the day? You're ready to fly. And it looks like everybody's getting into the act with the puppets from Burger King.
Don't thank me. Thank Quasimodo.
Your kids can collect all 4, only $1.99 each, with any value meal.
3 cheers for Quasimodo!
The Hunchback of Notre Dame puppets, only at Burger King. Who will rule England?
The Grand Prix of Britain, tomorrow, 8:45 on ESPN2.
Welcome back to Phoenix, where Arizona and Connecticut are tied at 24. Along with Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Todd Christensen, and let's call it right now. I mean, you and I are both surprised. There's no way we anticipated this.
Connecticut came into this game, as Larry Kaharek mentioned to us just a couple minutes ago, with a great belief that they could get it done. And so far in this first half, they have. Now, it remains to be seen what will happen in the second half.
Let's go down to Coach Danny White. Coach, one of the things that you have to be concerned with is the way your team struggled in the first half. It was almost as if the emotion was absent, like they're looking past this team.
Well, it was too easy early on was the problem. We got a couple of easy, quick scores, got up quickly on them, and lost the intensity at that point. And that's happened to us all year. We've got to figure out a way to keep the intensity up. But, you know, fortunately, all year long, we've been able to make plays when we needed to, so we'll see what happens in the second half.
Coach, one thing I'd like to ask you real quick. Minnesota and Memphis, you guys kind of came out the same way. Did you mention that at halftime, not to allow this first half to affect the second half performance?
Yeah, I'm beginning to think it's just the personality of this team. I've talked till I'm blue in the face. I can't say anymore. You know, we've got to expect now the leadership to emerge and the key players to take over, and hopefully they will.
All right, Danny, thanks a lot. Good luck in the second half. Cedric Bonner is the man to lead them. Arizona will receive in the second half as we get a chance to take a look at the first half statistics.
Well, it's no surprise Connecticut has come into this game and really feeling confident, and so far they've done a nice job. Big return yards. I think Willie Gaston, if we really went back to the first half and looked at a turning point, it could have been the return for a touchdown by Willie Gaston. 101 yards total, penalties close to even. But I got to tell you, Arizona, they are last in the league as far as defense, second to last in total defense, 291 yards. So teams can score with them, but I think Arizona feels confident that they can outscore everybody.
Michael Geary is impressing a lot of people this evening with his kickoffs. Two of them have cleared the crossbar, and the one ricocheted off almost gave their defense an opportunity for a turnover. Now Bonner, who doesn't look overly excited,
right flip, wing loop, laser 10 on 101. Ready?
Has a chance to set up his group at the 5-yard line after the touchback. Cooper in motion left. Short hook route gets the ball. Will he break a tackle? No. Gaston puts him down just short of the 10-yard line.
You heard Cedric Bonner say laser, and we're starting to realize the laser is really a safe pass. It's just a quick 3-step drop, good way to get the pick up about 5 yards, and good way to just Cedric Bonner just to get his feet wet here at the start of the second half. And I agree with you, Cedric Bonner doesn't look real excited. I think this team feels very confident that they can come out here and they can score. I thought Danny White made a great point. We said it in the first half. They scored a little bit too easily early.
Schexnayder in motion right on 2nd and 5. Pitch out to Mao. He is able to break a tackle. Gaston tried to come up and cut his legs, but he was able to avoid it. He comes up to the 14-yard line, just a little bit short of the first down, and they'll come up 3rd and 1.
Looked like Willie Gaston was going for the submarine. He was getting down low, where he didn't have to take on the big Mao, the big body of Mao. Tracy Mao has had a good night. He obviously caught the screen pass, but Willie Gaston, right now, he and his defense have to come up with some big plays.
3rd and 1. Schexnayder in motion left, trying to draw him off sides. The give is to Mao, who will not get the first down, but did Connecticut jump offside?
Bobby Bird came up. He's pretty excited. Connecticut's just having fun. They're playing fun, and unfortunately, it looks like they were drawn off.
On the defense.
The problem with playing fun, however, is that you do make some foolish mistakes. It's all well and good to say we're going to be loosey-goosey, we're going to take some chances.
Offside on the defense, 3 yards, first down.
But inevitably when that occurs, you're not as focused as those people who have the pressure.
And right now, here they came. They made a great defensive stand. 3 plays would have forced maybe a field goal attempt. Maybe they go for it. But with big man there, and that's one thing Leonard Ray and the whole defense has to be careful of is getting drawn off. Cedric Bonner does a good job with the cadence.
1st and 10 at the 17. Gets the ball out to Schexnayder. Once again, you mentioned the laser. A couple of reasons for this, I would think. The confidence of Bonner and to keep the Connecticut defense on the field.
I'm surprised by the way the body movements of Arizona. I don't know if they're bored with it. Danny White said he can only talk so much until the leadership. You see Bonner walking back. Walking back. Now they're going here with the laser, but they have a wing takeoff tag to it, so they're going to try and get Hunky Cooper on a touchdown.
Got him on the up route. Eddie Brown jumps around. Schexnayder once again with a great adjustment back to the ball.
You can hear in the play call they asked for a laser tagged with the get off, and it wasn't just Hunky Cooper, but all the receivers faking the hitch, and Calvin Schexnayder comes up with the big play. Bonner throwing off his back foot, but has enough arm strength, and Schexnayder twice tonight has come back and gone up to find it. He has 5 catches, over 105 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the night.
We are on for the conversion. And it's no good. It ricochets off the right upright. And so the touchdown by Schexnayder is muted a little bit by the missed conversion. The Rattlers up 6.
What do you call home? An elegant, stylish apartment? Neighbors who share your active lifestyle? Isn't it time for a change of scenery? Get to the Breakers, Denver's premier rental community, a half-mile east of Parker on Mississippi Avenue.
Windish RV is having a major construction sale. We're overstocked and need to move inventory now. Our new building is going up and our prices are going down on all new Class A motorhomes, like Holiday Ramblers gas and diesel models, Beaver Monterey's and Patriots with Caterpillar's 300-horse electronic engine. These are so hot, we can't keep them in stock. Full selection of Airstream motorhomes and wide-body trailers. Chateau mini homes, 21 feet to the 29-foot wide-body basement models. Unbelievable savings on our huge selection of fifth wheels and trailers. Windish RV, West 6th Avenue in Sims.
Now you can get all the scores up to the minute down at the bottom of ESPN2. Bottom Line 2 for constant updates on all the games. Check in weeknights 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Weekends 1 p.m. to 7 a.m. Only on ESPN2.
Tonight's presentation of Arena Football on ESPN2 is brought to you by Best Buy, just the store you've been shopping for, and by Splitfire. Enter the performance zone with Splitfire Performance V spark plugs. Welcome back to the America West Arena. I'm Todd Christens along with Kirk Herbstreit. Calvin Schexnayder with his third touchdown, giving the fans a chance to shake their snakes. And of course, Shakes is his nickname. Calvin Schexnayder.
You planned that? Did you plan that?
No, I wish I could take credit for it. I'm not quite that clever. Weir's kickoff goes right down the middle. Galson not able to recover it. It's a free ball. It looked like Randy Gatewood might have come up with it. A flag is down. The Rattlers recover it for a touchdown. It is Randy Gatewood, but we'll see what the flag is.
Offside on the kicking team on the kickoff.
Bring it back. Arizona. Big mistake there. Covering, they get a big break. Willie Gaston could not recover it.
And Danny White.
Offside number 14 on the kicking team. There is no touchdown. 3 yards, first down.
And that's his star player. Danny's star player, Hunky Cooper, is the guy they get caught for. Interestingly enough, a man who earlier in the game had the sprained ankle. You would think he might be loafing on special teams. Instead, he's caught offside.
Hunky with a step across. Now the ball is loose. You can see that Connecticut really doesn't have it a chance at this point. Gatewood is in there. Looks like Randy Gatewood is the player who came up with the loose ball, but to no avail. That ball will be 1st and 10 Connecticut at the 8-yard line.
Could have been a backbreaker. Instead, it's a break for Connecticut. Harris in motion right. Trying to get the ball to Brown underneath, but it was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Damn it.
Take a look at the difference that he's made in the second quarter versus the first. Much more accurate.
Well, the first quarter, you got to keep in mind, and I pointed it out, that the wide receivers weren't doing a real good job getting off their defensive backs of Arizona, and I think they've warmed up, and maybe the play calling's warmed up a little bit, and that's what adjustments are all about. But I thought Richard Ashe did a nice job of getting in the passing lane of Aaron Garcia there.
Harris in motion right again. Garcia with plenty of time and a breakdown in coverage as Eddie Brown is wide open in the middle of the field. Hunky Cooper comes from his linebacker spot to make the tackle, but not before a big game down to the 19-yard line.
Boy, another break in the defensive secondary. I mean, it's just a huge hole. You're going to see a couple things that Eddie Brown and also Lee Harris are wide open. Garcia elects to go with Eddie Brown. There's nobody within 10 yards of him. He makes the catch. Garcia throws it right into the open spot there. They pick up big yardage.
23-yard gain. Milton Vaughn, obviously something caught his attention as he went back to the middle. Bobby Bird in motion, the handoff in the middle. Breaking tackles is Lorenzo Graham, who carries a tackler down to about the 12.5-yard line.
I mentioned to Larry Kuharich last night, I said, you know, what is your goal? You've made a number of switches. They have really had a high turnover as far as since he came in last year in November. They have turned over a number of different players. They only have one player from last year. And he said, I want to see a blend, running the ball and throwing, and we're seeing that tonight.
Trap play underneath to Graham, who gets the first down. Interesting motion on the part of Bird. And don't forget something that's not pointed out here, at least we haven't thus far. Coach Larry Kuharich was somebody who led Tampa Bay to an arena championship, so he's used to having talented people. This has been a real struggle for him this year, but to his credit, he has really hung with it.
You see the only one player from last year's team, and they have made a number of changes. They've had four different quarterbacks. 20 different players have caught passes. 11 different players have run with the football this year. They have made a lot of adjustments, and I think that's why they're feeling confident at this point.
Well, in this case, he was a little bit confused as to what he wanted to call in the red zone, so he takes the timeout. We'll be back.
There's action.
What a play! These fans are on fire.
Hooray! And then there's arena football action. This is football with an attitude, and a game with this much attitude deserves a credit card with even more. The Arena Football League Visa from MBNA. With no annual fee and a low introductory annual percentage rate, it's the hardest hitting card on any field. Call toll-free 1-888-66-ARENA to apply for your Arena Football Visa today. Once you start to use the card, you'll get 2 free tickets to an arena football game. The Arena Football League Visa. No annual fee, a low introductory annual percentage rate, and free game tickets.
Marty, you're my agent. I can do arena football. Just give me a shot.
The Arena Football League Visa. Apply for the card with an attitude. Call toll-free 1-888-66-ARENA today.
Enter the Performance Zone with Split-Fire Performance V spark plugs.
You hit your passing gear, you're gone.
Experts say Split-Fire Performance V spark plugs mean more horsepower and better mileage.
The difference in gas mileage has been fantastic.
Enter the Performance Zone only with Split-Fire Performance Vs, guaranteed. And now get triple platinum performance for the life of your car. New Split-Fire 3 spark plugs.
I think Larry Kuharich did a smart thing by calling that timeout, Kirk.
Well, I think that the big reason that's important is that Aaron Garcia calls his own plays. In an important situation here in the third quarter, his team trailing by 6, he wanted to get involved in the play calling.
Bird in motion right. Once again, the play action fake. Garcia, the ball's batted up into the air. Richard Ashe is the one who bats it down. So they'll come up second and goal. Connecticut has a chance to play spoiler down the road here with their remaining games. Here in Arizona, of course, they can cause some problems. Charlotte, not a big deal. But St. Louis still in the running for the Central Division title, as is Iowa, the last game of the season. And if the Barnstormers happen to be watching this game, they can't like what they see in terms of Connecticut. That's not going to be a gimme.
Well, at this point in the season, they're out of the playoff race, and that's something for him, Larry Kuharich, to sell to his players. He can play a spoiler, build some confidence getting ready for next year, because he has stated that he wants to try and bring some of these kids back for next year's team.
Second and goal, Eddie Brown in motion. He's out to the corner. The ball is lofted there. And I think there was a case where a little bit of confusion on the part of the receivers, some new people in there, but a flag is down.
Possibly an illegal pick there by Connecticut. I know Arizona's coaching staff not real happy there.
Illegal formation on the offense.
That may have looked like a pick, but the reality is I think they got confused and just ran into one another.
Sorry, give me more room. All right, on the trip. Want to go trip on the twirling? Deep twirling? Or polecat? All right, or 927 polecat? Right zoom 927 polecat? No, let's just go regular. All right. Let's go right 39 polecat.
Connecticut refuses the penalty. Arizona refuses the penalty to come up third and goal.
Interesting that the coach asking the quarterback what he thinks, quarterback telling him what to do.
Bobby Bird in motion right. Three-step drop, drills the slant. What a throw and catch. Touchdown, Lee Harris on the a slant route. Once again, people in his face, and Garcia shows a terrific touch.
You know, the relationship that Larry Caherick has built with his quarterback, Aaron Garcia, is something that I think we need to see a little bit more of. He really believes in this kid. Aaron Garcia with an absolute BB. What a strike, and he gets it to Harris, who has scored his second touchdown of the night. Only 2 catches coming in. Look at Garcia, nice rhythm drop. He knows exactly where he's going, puts it right on the money. And again, Caherick and Aaron Garcia on the same page. Connecticut takes the lead.
Well, now the all-important extra point, you're right, he converts, and now Connecticut, for the first time in the ball game, takes the lead over the 10-1 Arizona Rattlers, 31-30.
It's a whole new world out there. Science and technology, politics and education, arts and music, family and lifestyles. Don't let the world pass you by. Have cable installed today. Call TCI at 930-2000. And come out to see us this weekend at the Tent and Tailgate pregame party. Hot food, cool entertainment, fun in the sun, starting 3 hours prior to the Rockies game, located at 20th and Chestnut. Enter for your chance to win a free Saturn. More early summer fun with TCI and participating sponsors.
On July 25th, just before the sun begins to set, put on a pair of running shoes and participate in the 1996 One Step Closer Twilight 5K Walk Run to benefit the food bank of the Rockies. After a great race, relax and enjoy Alfalfa's Twilight Party in the Park. With great food, drink, and live music, you'll also have the satisfaction of knowing you've helped contribute to a great cause, where every dollar donated turns into $16 worth of groceries for Denver's needy families. For more information, call 371-9250.
Normally excited crowd is somewhat stunned, I think, at this point. Kind of a murmur going through the throngs here at America West Arena. Very much surprised that their Rattlers are down. Here with the kick off the screen, Cooper makes the catch, cuts upfield to the middle, has a little bit of an opening, and a flag goes down. Defending world champion Brazil takes on the FIFA World All-Stars. Holding call on the part of Arizona. He's got a little carried away trying to promote soccer.
Nice return by Hunky Cooper, all for naught. Comes back to the 5-yard line.
First and 10, the Arizona 5.
Go left foot. Defending world cup champion Brazil takes on the FIFA World All-Stars, and Brazil's squad will include the bulk of the team which captured the 1994 World Cup. Sunday, July 14th, 3 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific. Cooper in motion. Bonner comes out in the flat to Schexnayder. Cuts back and is double teamed down at the 9-yard line for about a 4-yard gain. Once again, starting the same way they did with the other drive with the short hook pattern.
Actually, I think Cedric Bonner was hoping to get Hunky Cooper on a chair route down the sideline and had it come off to his outlet there, Calvin Schexnayder.
Wax left.
Danny White a little bit indecisive there.
Rocket 10 on 2-on-2. Ready? Hustle now. Hustle. Hustle.
Play clock is down to 7 seconds and counting. Once again, the 3-step drop gets the ball out to Schexnayder, who clearly has been the go-to guy in this game. He and Wayne Morris get into it a little bit, but Morris tries to explain to him, hey, I thought you were still in bounds.
Wayne Morris and also Chauncey Hogan coming over to get a piece of Schexnayder, who's had a big night tonight. Now, Chauncey Hogan, number 3, he has been a guy that they have gone after. Opponents have gone after him and feel that they can beat him deep. Tonight, the guy has been Willie Gaston, but Chauncey Hogan and Wayne Morris both doing a pretty good job defensively tonight for Connecticut.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line. 5-step drop going deep as Schexnayder wide open to the post. Touchdown, Arizona. It appeared that Thomas Orr went with the bump and didn't get it, Kirk.
Thomas Orr, I think, is overmatched as far as speed goes. Now, Cedric Bonner dropping back. is going to get a little bit of pressure down low, right into his face there, and he does a nice job of focusing downfield as Basil Proctor got in his face. Calvin Schexnayder simply outran number 11, Thomas Orr. And with Bonner concentrating downfield, he and Calvin Schexnayder have really matched up tonight.
It is not my imagination. We've been taking a look at that do-rag an awful lot tonight, and it would appear that the Arizona Rattlers now will go for two. Schexnayder with a huge, huge night. 8 catches, 139 yards, and 4 touchdowns with 5 minutes still remaining in the third quarter. Now, interestingly enough, the last couple of games that you and I have had.
Check with me. Listen up, man. Listen.
I'll stop.
Left trips. Check with me. On one. Ready?
Audible for Bonner. Check with me simply means the quarterback will call the play in his cadence at the line of scrimmage.
But in this case, it won't be right now because it appears that the clock was stopped.
Inside right. Inside right.
Because Bonner changed his mind as to where he wants the football.
Hold up. Quick.
Will he change it now? Change the call?
Let's go. Left trips. Left trip. Check with me. On one-on-one. Ready? Come on now.
Still going to go with the check with me.
In the cadence, he will say the play that he wants.
One.
Play one. Bo Kelly. We haven't mentioned his name much tonight for whatever reason. He has not been playing as much as usual, but he just barrels over for the 2-point conversion and a 7-point lead for Arizona.
In that case, you wonder why he says one. They have 1 or 2 plays that they have planned for 2-point conversion. They went with play 1, and they get it.
How did you know that was play 1? Bo Kelly barrels over. Arizona retakes the lead.
Hey, if you want gallon door storage, this is the one, my friend. You're thinking no. I'm saying yes. Here's the price. Did you see it, huh? Are you dying? Now, look, I know it's a little more pricey than the one you came in for. I like you, kids. You're gonna buy, aren't you? Look, for a few more bucks, I'll throw in an ice cream.
Tired of feeling like you're not in control?
Please.
This one's a good choice. It's got the features you want and the price you were looking for.
Next time, go to Best Buy. It's just the store you've been shopping for.
Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame is in theaters. Will today be the day? You're ready to fly. And it looks like everybody's getting into the act with the puppets from Burger King.
Don't thank me. Thank Quasimodo.
Your kids can collect all 4, only $1.99 each, with any value meal.
3 cheers for Quasimodo!
The Hunchback of Notre Dame puppets, only at Burger King.
The crowd in America West Arena has a chance now to get back into it. Very savvy crowd, I might add.
Well, the crowd better get back into it because throughout this game, I don't know if they expected a blowout or if they're just here to enjoy the air conditioning. But they have got to get into this football game and help cheer on their Rattlers. Rattlers need some help tonight.
Weir's kick goes down the middle, but it hits a billboard and comes back to the middle, and once again, Gasson's got room. Halfback just completely jukes Weir. Is he going to get him down? He crossed the goal. I know they call it a touchdown. They say he's over. This will be interesting on the replay.
Now the fans are throwing things on the field again. That play will stand.
Those of you that follow football closely remember years ago in a Rose Bowl, Charles White jumping over the goal line, losing the ball against Michigan. You're absolutely right, and they let it go. We saw Jerry Rice, I believe it was against the Saints, on a pro football game, similar situation. We'll get a chance to see it on the replay, crossing the goal line as to whether or not he had possession. But here's Geary on for the extra point to tie it up, and he does.
Willie Gaston, we documented early in the ball game, comes into this game as the most dangerous return man in all of arena football. Now, you can see right away he picks up great speed, great blocking. He jukes Weir, and now it's a foot race. Duncan is holding on to him. That ball did come loose. The ball did come loose prior to the ball crossing the plane. The ball is out. keep in mind, we're looking at this thing in a super slow-mo, and the officials looking at it clean as day. And the fans now have seen it on the monitor. Watch the football is hurt. Duncan is right there on his back. Watch the football. It's out. It is out, and he's not even close to the play.
Well, certainly that's a gift for the Connecticut Coyotes, and now things are being littered on the field. I think the official, Joe Ryder, is going to have to take control, which he is. He's calling unsportsmanlike conduct against the Rattlers, and that will be assessed after the return.
Another flag thrown down. The debris continues to fall.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Rattlers asking, please, not to throw objects onto the playing field. Persons found throwing objects on the playing field will be ejected from the arena.
Now they say an unsportsmanlike conduct will be administered against the coach. Evidently, Danny White went out and had a beef. You can see clearly not only is his knee down, but the ball is out long before he gets over the goal line. The Coyotes do get a little largesse there, but the crowd, as you mentioned, getting back into it. Interesting point here, Kirk. This could really ignite the Rattlers and get their emotion back into the game, something that clearly has been absent up to this point.
It's obvious that the special teams of Connecticut and the emotions of this football game have favored Connecticut. Now we may see a turning point. Maybe, even though this worked against Arizona here to tie the game up in the third quarter, maybe this could be the turning point emotionally to give them that lift.
Gary's kick once again clears the screen, and it's going to be a souvenir for someone in the stands. Let's take a look at the playoff picture in arena football. Arizona, as you can see, at the top of the heap with Tampa Bay as the boos continue in the background. Iowa, you mentioned a team that's playing arguably the best football in the circuit. All the way down, Albany already clinched with a division title. They lost, however, last night in overtime to Tampa Bay.
And I think Orlando might be a team to look out for as well now that they have Barry Wagner back. Look at Connecticut's remaining schedule. Two teams that are chasing the playoff in the race, Iowa and St. Louis. And Connecticut, how happy would they be if they can pull it off tonight and then try and get a win in July 26th and then also a week later at Iowa.
Now, because of the two penalties, Arizona sets up just outside the 1-yard line. 1st and 10. Going up top is Bonner. He's got Duncan. Oh! Batted down at the last minute by Thomas Orr. Herb Duncan looked like he had him, but at the last minute, Orr reaches out and gets a piece of it.
I don't know if Thomas Orr got his hand on it or if the ball just fell right off of the hands. Pretty close. It looked like Orr got a hand in there to knock it loose, but if the ball's thrown a little bit further downfield, Duncan walks into the end zone. Arizona going for the jugular even after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
Well, one of the advantages, of course, of being at the 1-yard line is you have so much field. It's that much more field to cover for the defensive back. Bonner 2nd and 10, directing traffic. Once again, go with the deep ball. He's got Schecksteiner on the deep post, wide open. Touchdown, the 5th of the game for Calvin Schecksteiner.
48 yards.
We mentioned the crowd not being in a game where they have definitely woken up. This ball is perfectly thrown by Cedric Bonner. He gets plenty of time to throw the deep ball, and they go right after Chauncey Hogan. Ball is thrown a length of the field just about. And how about Calvin Schecksteiner tonight he's having? He now has 5 touchdowns on the evening.
We're on for the extra point, and it's good. So the man known here affectionately as Shakes is having a career night. 9 receptions, 187 yards, 5 tallies.
Remember at the open we said just 1 touchdown for Calvin Schecksteiner will give the trio all at least 15 touchdowns. We didn't mean for him to score 5. He has 5 touchdowns tonight.
A Culmination of the events surrounding the 1996 WBF Annual Convention. The WBF welterweight Intercontinental Champion Ken Sugarani takes on Bobby Elkins. Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific on the Deuce. It appears that Calvin Schexnayder has now established a new club record with 5 receiving touchdowns.
Keep in mind, there's still the 4th quarter to go. See, Arizona is a team that feels they can just score with people. Defensively, Arizona, in order to get up there and to seriously consider threatening Tampa Bay and all the other teams that are in this league, they have got to be able to play better defense once they get into the playoffs. But there's no question their offense is as explosive as you'll find.
Weir's kick goes off the screen to the left. Gaston on the catch. Once again breaks through. And he's going to get past the kicker. His 3rd touchdown of the game. No flags. Oh my goodness. Danny White just cannot be happy with his kickoff coverage. It has been atrocious.
Coming into this game, you know, I don't know how many times we have to say Willie Gaston is a dangerous threat when it comes to returning kicks.
Another time.
3 times tonight. That ball looked a little awkward coming off the net, but he has such savvy that he goes right through the hole untouched. Troy Weir's got to be saying, guys, come on, you got to help me out here.
Well, let's also give some credit to his blockers, because with the exception of the 2nd return, he has gone in untouched. Penalty marker down on the good conversion. We'll see what the call is.
How about as far as the timing of Willie Gaston, just when his team needed a lift?
Number 69, a blow to the head. Kick is good. Administered on the play after the kickoff.
Richard Ashe with the blow to the head, and Larry Kuharek is somebody who's got his team fired up.
Just when his team, Connecticut, just when they need a lift, Willie Gaston has come up with big plays. It really appeared the momentum had switched up 100% over to Arizona, the crowd into the game. And right when it looked like Aaron Garcia might be in store for a tough series, Willie Gaston takes it the length of the field to tie this game back up, and more importantly, take the crowd back out of the game.
Just to use the baseball metaphor, they always say that a double play is a pitcher's best friend. Kickoff return for a touchdown is a struggling quarterback's best friend.
Not too bad, especially 3 of them on one night. He gets great blocking. He has got some great blocking. Richard Ashe, you see, is the individual that get called for the club to the head. But look at the blocking. I mean, everybody's on their back. Willie Gaston, at this point, it's a foot race. And I guarantee you that Weir is not going to catch Willie Gaston.
Brett Corda is the one who had the big block in the middle that enabled him to go untouched. Kick is in the middle. Milton plays it deep off the soft net, across the 10, across the 15, breaks a tackle, across the 20, hurdles a man. He's down at about the 21-yard line. Well, I guess if big plays are your thing, the crowd here at America West Arena is not getting cheated.
We've seen them all night between Calvin Schexnayder and Willie Gaston alone. 3 returns for a touchdown, a new league record. He came into the game with 3, 2 on kickoffs, 1 on a missed field goal. Henry Milton says, if you're going to do it 3 times, give me a chance at it. Look at the effort by Henry Milton. That's his 2nd, 3rd broken tackle. He hurdles a guy. Talk about great effort. He had some blocking there, but he broke about 4 tackles. But they bring it back because of the unsportsmanlike penalty on Richard Ashe.
21-yard line, 1st and 10. Schexnayder in motion right, gets chucked at the line of scrimmage. Bonner goes underneath. Nice one-handed catch by Duncan, who goes the distance. Wow, what speed! The chuck at the line of scrimmage on Schexnayder. They end up double-teaming him. Duncan comes behind on a slant route, makes the one-handed catch. He's gone.
Connecticut going to a little zone coverage there. They figure that Schexnayder has beaten them enough in the man-to-man stuff. The chuck by Willie Gaston to slow down the receiver. And a good job by Cedric Bonner just coming off the alternate receiver. And then Tillman, when he catches this, he is off. I mean, he picks up, Herb Duncan rather, is off to the races. He picks up great momentum coming across, and nobody can catch him.
taking a page out of Alfred Papunu's book with the coconut drink. The extra point ricochets off the upright. And so Arizona maintains only a 6-point lead as a result of the missed conversion, but let's take another look at the catch.
Cedric Bonner, as I said, coming off his primary receiver, and once Duncan gets into the open field, he is gone.
Don't go away. There's a kickoff return by Gaston coming up.
America's dream team pursues Olympic gold. Men's basketball. The U.S. Olympic Trials. Tuesday at 10:30 on ESPN2. Sunday Night Boxing on ESPN2.
Welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter of one of the more exciting arena football games this season. Take a look at the third quarter. You can see 7 touchdowns scored in that stanza. A couple of them by that man, Willie Gaston. And I'm thinking that maybe they should just onside kick.
They might as well try something. Willie Gaston, with that great speed and elusiveness, he is 200 pounds back there. So he's a big man returning kick.
Well, it's a squib kick to Harris, who laterals to Gaston, who cuts back. Look at him go! He goes down to the 18-yard line, and I know that Danny White wanted to prevent the return, but nonetheless, the Coyotes with tremendous coverage, tremendous return rather. Boy, that's a lot of respect.
Harris gets the kick right away. This is a little backyard football again. Get rid of it, get it to Gaston. He's got the hot hand. He's shaking through and weaving his way through the Rattlers, picking up blocks, picks up another great return. I want to see Willie Gaston on offense. I know he's a defensive specialist. Play some offense.
I can guarantee in the 1 week layout, the Arizona Rattlers are going to practice kickoff coverage. Bird in motion right, pitch out on the sweep. Great blocking out front for Paul Duckworth. And I really think that a lot of the physical play by the Coyotes is starting to pay off for them.
You're getting into the fourth quarter in any level of football. When an underdog comes in on the road and they're tied or they're down 7, they gain confidence as the game goes on. You can see Duckworth comes up. He picks up 8 yards and he kind of tiptoes. This team is playing with great composure and really a great attitude here in the fourth quarter.
Franklin Stevens with a big block out front. 2nd and 2. Eddie Brown in motion. Pitch back to Duckworth again, who gets inside the 10-yard line. Appears he's going to be a little bit short of the first down. Again, I have to question the hole that he chose. It looked like he had some room to the outside.
Looked like he could have popped it to the outside. Tony Henderson, although has been in there sparingly tonight, came down and really made a nice play coming down to stop him short of that first down. Connecticut again getting inside the red zone, needs to pick it up.
3rd down and about a half yard. Three-step drop, screen pass. I gotta tell you, I don't understand that call at all. 3rd and about a half yard. Fades back for a screen pass, and Larry Boyd just absolutely hammers him. Now they have a must 4th and about a half yard. Evidently, they're confident that they can get it.
Larry Boyd just streaks right up the middle.
Polecat, okay? Left.
It would seem to me that the 39 Polecat would be the sweep. Watch Eddie Brown in motion. No, it's Boyd. Instead, he throws the touch pass. Great coverage. And I just don't understand that play calling, those last 2 plays. But a flag is down. No, the flag was picked up, and Milton Vaughn is the one who makes the great defensive play.
Milton Vaughn came out of nowhere, just flying. I thought they were going to run it. I was with you. 3rd and a half yard. I thought they'd run it. Then 4th and a half yard. Boyd gets pressure again. They try and slide it into Bird, and look at him come over the top. Milton Vaughn did a good job of not allowing his left hand to get on top of Bird for an interference call. Just simply verticaled up and over Bird and knocked it away.
But given the circumstances on the 3rd and the half yard, you got to get the first down in that situation. You got 2 plays to get a half yard. You got to run the football.
Jump up and grab some stuff.
Well, Bonner first down, gets the ball out to Schexnayder, who goes out of bounds about the 17-yard line. Now the Connecticut Coyotes have to be careful that they don't let the air go out of the balloon here defensively.
I think right now Arizona, this is what they wanted. This is something they had hoped to really achieve, maybe coming out of the locker room to start the second half, and it's just taken a little bit longer. A chance to score a touchdown, and then to follow it up with a defensive stop, and then another touchdown to start to spread the lead a little bit.
The laser series has certainly been good to Cedric Bonner here in the second half. A Schexnayder in motion right. Bonner throws the ball underneath the Gatewood, but a flag goes down.
Illegal defense.
So Arizona will pick up the first down via an illegal defense.
Illegal defense. Number 99. The end was drifting. 5 yards. Automatic first down.
Now, Steve Shine is a graduate of Northwestern. He's trying to explain, hey, I know better. You can see him making the body movements with the hands, but it doesn't matter.
You could actually hear Bonner after he threw the ball. He wasn't happy. As soon as he released it, he was not happy. It's because Leonard Ray was landing at his feet there.
Going to get a free play. He goes with the laser, gets the ball to Gatewood. The exact same call. This time he gets him on the slant route. The offsides will be refused, and they'll have a first down at the 11.
Kind of got a warm-up pitch to play before. That time he delivered.
Offsides. Number 56 on the defense. Penalty is declined. First down.
Franklin Stevens is the one who gets caught.
Bonner using his cadence again, picks up a free play and takes advantage of it with the quick slant to Randy Gatewood. Randy Gatewood's kind of had a quiet night tonight.
Bonner having another tremendous evening. Documented earlier, the second man in history to go for 3,000 yards after Perez did it last night. Screen pass goes nowhere, and instead he throws the ball to Gatewood, but a flag is down. Gatewood comes up with a catch at about the 7. We'll see what the flag is.
They're trying to set up a screen. Wouldn't be surprised if maybe a couple offensive linemen illegally downfield.
Ineligible downfield. Number 51. 5 yards. Repeat first down.
Good call, partner. And evidently it's a situation where they can't refuse it, because I'm thinking that if I'm Connecticut, I'd refuse it because of how difficult it is inside the 10-yard line. I would want to give Bonner another opportunity. Seems like
You're right. And logically, the outdoor game, I mean, it's a no question you accept it. But here, hey, now we got him at second and 5, and they're inside that 10-yard line. Makes it very tough. It's true.
Right.
Did we hear middle screen there by Bonner? Schexnayder in motion left. There's a screen to the middle, but not fooled is Willie Gaston.
Bonner's still on his back, all the way back in his own, close to his own 10-yard line. He gets up to talk to Danny White. And I know this is a screen, but Steve Shine, he's going to come right into the face of Bonner and get up high. Larry Kaharick mentioned to us they want to get up high into the face of Bonner. He's really lucky he got that ball off.
And I think it's a little unrealistic to think that Hunky Cooper, their star player, is going to get lost, that they're not going to keep track of him. Second and 14. Schexnayder in motion right. He's got the... There was a miscommunication, and a couple of flags go down. He was throwing what he thought was a fade route.
Another case with a couple linemen downfield again.
Went beyond the line of scrimmage.
Ineligible downfield.
The entire offensive line was downfield. There was serious confusion there on the part of the skill players. Watch the offensive line. All of them just sprint downfield. I think they were expecting another screen. Or maybe a draw. I don't know what
that reminds me of our own arena football promo, which is everybody go deep. That's
ready, break.
Everybody went deep. Third down at the 15-yard line now.
That's 52 X post, wing slant out. On one-on-one, ready? Yes.
See if Calvin Schexnayder on the X post can get his 6th touchdown of the night.
He comes in motion right. Cuts across. Great coverage. Absolutely not fooled was Chauncey Hogan with him step for step.
Chauncey Hogan said, look, 5 times, I think I'm ready to stop this man. He comes right at Chauncey Hogan, makes a good move, but Hogan really making the cut with him, steps in front of him, and then Schexnayder having to play a little defensive back and getting the ball away from Hogan, but Hogan really step for step there, and I think he read the move. He's seen it enough times tonight. He made the cut with him and batted the ball away.
This will be about a 30-yard attempt for Trey Ware. Would put the Rattlers up by 9. But he hooked it left. Now I wonder if the pressure was on him to either kick it, if you're going to miss it over the screen, right? Because Gaston would have returned it. That's a big miss for the Rattlers.
Yeah, huge miss, because it goes from still a 1-possession game, which it is now, could have been a 2-possession game if he makes it.
So they didn't score. They're only down by 6 when we come back.
I don't know, but it's been said, athlete's foot's as good as dead. Mighty Mike.
The cooling action.
Mighty Mike. Axe on contact, this I know, cause that tingle tells me so. Mighty Mike. New Mighty Mike. Stops the itch and cools the burn, penetrates to kill the germ. Athlete's foot, don't let it win. Stamp it out with Micah 10.
This is about the virtual office, about breaking the chains, stretching the boundaries, and making the world your workplace, about taking your business everywhere and anywhere, about paging, laptops, cell phones, the internet, and conferencing. And it's not conversation or speculation. This is about how one company can give you the help, hardware, and software to make your virtual office a reality. This is about how far you can go once you know how. Network MCI, that's how.
Get it up to here. That's the clean, okay? You gotta get the hips under it, right?
Solid jerk right up to it. Give it a good grunt.
Synchronized swimming is anti-gravitational.
A jab right there in the face and then a hook to
People are really getting into the games. Because when you play McDonald's When the U.S. Wins, You Win game, in between bites of your Arch Deluxe, you can pull for the athletes and win a little something for yourself. Like $1 million instantly.
There you go.
Get to McDonald's and get into the games.
If you do this, you need this. If you get these, you need these. Forget Band-Aids, tape, and gauze. Spiraflex abrasion, skin saver, and blister dressings get you back in the action fast because Spiraflex helps you heal faster, reduces pain and scarring, and protects up to 7 days. Spiraflex abrasion, skin saver, and blister dressings are now available in the first aid section of a store near you.
Trey Ware, the kicker for the Arizona Rattlers, having a tough night with his 2nd missed field goal, but really the tough night for him has been trying to chase down Willie Gaston. You can see also having missed 2 extra points. This is certainly a night he'd rather forget up to this point. Eddie Brown in motion left, 1st and 10 at the 5. Gets the ball out in the flat to his fullback, who gets the first down. That's Lorenzo Graham, who, if you recall, a series ago had some pretty good running plays as well.
Lorenzo Graham slipping out of the backfield. First down for Connecticut here. Another easy pass there for Aaron Garcia to get the momentum going. They're going to go a little no huddle here. Larry Kuharich told us last night they will try everything, whether that means a halfback pass, no huddle, and here they go with the no huddle.
Garcia going deep, hand fighting Harris and Holt. but his touch has not been what he wants it on the deep balls.
Well, he's had a lot of pressure, and Jim Hoffman this time, they're bringing a Mac blitz with Bo Kelly right in there in your screen. You can see Tony Henderson, and Hoffman hits it right in the face, and it's tough to concentrate downfield when you have a big man like Jim Hoffman at 6'4", 275 pounds, coming right into your face.
Really?
Yeah.
2nd and 10. Bird in motion left. With better protection this time, throws the ball across to Eddie Brown, who makes the catch. They say no. They say he was out of bounds. It looked from my vantage point as if he bobbled it once he was out of bounds. But that's not what the official says.
Looked like possibly the ground may have shot the ball up. Looks like initially he has the ball. Duncan comes over to try and strip it. Now, the question is he bobbling at that point? And he said, you know, I guess he is saying that he is bobbling it. We couldn't see from that vantage point. The official on the other side had a little better view of it. But if he was going by he landed out of bounds, then that was a bad call. We could not see from our vantage point.
3rd and 10, free play, offsides. Garcia guns it downfield, the same route, and what a catch by Bobby Bird on the deep crossing route, the same route that they did not give to Eddie Brown. That's going to be an offsides, I believe.
Yeah. Offside, number 97 on the defense. Penalty will be declined, 1st down.
Hoffman and Henderson really getting after Aaron Garcia. Looks like Hoffman's a little too excited to get in there and get a piece of Garcia. But another guy getting in there quite a bit is Tony Henderson. Boom. That's questionable if he hit him a little bit late there. Garcia realizing he has a free play, eyeing Bobby Bird the whole way downfield, and nice nifty footwork there by Bird to get the foot down.
1st and 10 to the 16-yard line. Eddie Brown in motion. A flag goes down, and so does Eddie Brown, courtesy of Bo Kelly, who rocks his world.
Bo Kelly came up to make the hit. Typical inside linebacker coming down on the sweep, coming downhill and making a big stick.
Clipping on the offense.
Brown appears initially he's going to be able to pick up a little bit of yardage, but credit Richard Holt and the entire defensive line really for getting in there and slowing down not only Eddie Brown, but the blocks in front of Eddie Brown.
Now, I have to ask you here. I realize that that's an 8-yard penalty. I realize that it's an 8-yard penalty and it does move you out to the 23-yard line, but wouldn't you rather have the down and refuse it?
I personally would think that you'd like to decline that, and because you decline it, because it was a great play defensively, but they push him back a little bit further, but they do give him another down.
Also gives him a little bit more room to operate. 1st and 18 out of the 24-yard line. Or in high-low motion left. Garcia gets the ball out. Nice catch. Once again, he puts the ball only where Harris could have gotten it, and holding pretty good coverage.
Harris is coming into this game 2 catches on the entire night, and a lot of pressure on he and Aaron Garcia because Larry Ray Willis, the leading receiver, was down as the offensive specialist. Garcia plenty of time to throw, and that is an absolute dart. Throws it away from the defender. Holt doesn't have a chance. And I'll be honest, I think Richard Holt is very, very lucky that Harris did not stay in bounds and tiptoe into the end zone. He did not pick up the 1st down, though.
Now, once again, here are the problems. The problem that Connecticut is faced with. Their troubles getting the short yardage, but in this case, Graham is able to get the 1st down inside the 6-yard line, or it appears he does.
Looks like he might be a little bit short.
So they're going to stop the clock to measure. And I think that Coach Larry Kuharek in this case is saying we're not going to make the same mistake as we did before.
Yeah, they had third and a half yard. Ended up trying to go to a screen. Did not work. They went for 4th and a half yard and actually went for the home run into the end zone and did not get it. So they have struggled at times inside this area. They feel a little more comfortable outside the 20. Which you see it's a little short, which a lot of teams do. It's because the condensed field inside this area The defense, who's at a major disadvantage at any other place on the field, has a little bit of an advantage inside the 5-yard line.
It appeared that he said 22 wedge. They will go with the running play this time, but let's take a listen.
Hey, this is what you made of. Yeah, get in here. Huddle up.
That's it.
Hey, we can score on this bitch.
Here Garcia taking over in that huddle. Again, voted captain after 2 weeks. Let's see if they get it.
Flag goes down, and the flag, I'm sure, is that the linebackers are probably a little bit too close to the line of scrimmage, a little too anxious.
Boy, they jammed it in there. Arizona had everybody.
Illegal procedure.
Oh, no.
The tight end did not declare on white.
Oh, what a mistake. And you know what? A lot of that has to do with the excitement of him coming in, firing everybody up, Ryan.
Oh, you get so excited that you're thinking so much about picking up the first down and just grinding in and pushing your man back. And it's very, very, at times, a little bit of a mental mistake there not to simply just raise your hand.
Really a costly one, though, here. Instead of 3rd and very short, now it's going to be 3rd and about 3.5.
Illegal procedure. Tight end did not declare. 3 yards, repeat 3rd down.
Also under the 9, 3rd and 3.
So now 3rd down at about 3.5, 4 yards here. And you can see, you know, Kuhara shaking his head, how frustrating that is. And especially when the tight end, that's the one thing he has to do is just raise his hand. That's tough. 3rd down and a short 4. Bird in motion right. Garcia with the corner route out to Bird, but he overthrows it. Now with about 4:30 and counting, do you kick the field goal here down by 6?
I think they'll go for it. I really do. 2-8 on the road, playing one of the best teams with one of the best records in arena football.
Gotta go.
Gotta go for it. Nothing to lose.
Swing the Twilly. Gold left trip. Goal. 39 swing. Z Twilly. On high. Ready?
4th down and about 4. Bird in motion right. Garcia just overthrows Bird, and once again, people in his face.
First and 10. Rattlers.
Connecticut failing on the 4th and 4, but a lot of that had to do with the pressure.
Well, Tyler Young and Tony Henderson, they've been getting in there quite a bit along with Jim Hoffman. Here on a big 4th down play, you see Hoffman trying to get through. Look at Henderson at the ankles of Aaron Garcia, and Tyler Young, number 63, finishes him off. And it was enough really to affect the throw because the ball was not thrown accurately.
Maybe Garcia's not accurate, but you certainly can't question his courage. 1st and 10 for Arizona. Bonner underthrows it. And had Thomas Orr turned around to look, he would have had an easy interception.
Mentioned the pressure Aaron Garcia was feeling. Well, Basil Proctor is going to come on a blitz, and he gets through the block there. And once he gets after Bonner, Bonner was hoping that Calvin Schexnayder was going to be able to look back, but he had to get rid of it because of that man right there.
Makes a big difference. Let's give some credit to the offensive line of the Rattlers. 3 times Bonner's been sacked all year for Connecticut. Coming into this game, they've given up 26 sacks. So a little different when you're quarterbacking on either side of the ball tonight.
Sure.
2nd and 10 for Bonner. And company. 3-step drop, gets the ball out to Hunky Cooper. Excuse me, Duncan in the flat. Gets the ball out at about the 14-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and about 5 for Arizona. Good opportunity for Connecticut to get a stop.
You can see that Connecticut's defensive backs are starting to settle in at about the 5 to 7-yard mark instead of giving them a lot of room and allowing them to pick up 1st down after 1st down. There, Chauncey Hogan came up to make the tackle on Duncan and force the 3rd and long.
Which also means it could be an opportunity for Schexnayder to get another deep crossing or post route. Schexnayder, the man in motion left. Pump fake on the slam. Duncan is wide open. But he did the thing that outfielders make a mistake, and that is misjudging the so-called fly ball. He was so open that he started to run as he's looking at the ball instead of taking off and running and making the catch.
Yeah, and the ball was overthrown, but you know, not only Duncan, but there on that particular play, Connecticut tried to take away Calvin Schexnayder, who's had a great night. Now look, we documented all 3 receivers coming in, how great a job they have done all season. Well, look at tonight. Schexnayder has stolen the show. Randy Gatewood, 1 reception for only 17 yards.
Connecticut has taken a timeout with 4th and 5 as it appears that Arizona's going to go for it. Arguably the biggest play of the game coming up.
KVOD 92.5 FM. For timeless tunes, cool classics, and the world's greatest music, tune to KVOD 92.5 FM, the classical voice of Denver. KVOD 92.5 FM, along with the Burt Automotive Group, your sponsors of the Family Channel and E on TCI Cable.
My grandfather was born a slave, but both he and my grandmother went to college and became teachers. As you can imagine, the power of education was made very clear to me. So with the help of the college fund, I went to college. It prepared me for graduate school and other challenges, like being married to this guy.
Help young people reach their potential. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Please support the college fund. What do you mean, challenge?
Trey Ware has not had his best night, and very surprising, I would think, to a lot of people at home. 4th and 5, Arizona going for it.
On their own 14, going for it in a couple different reasons. Troy Ware has struggled tonight, but more importantly, they don't want to give Willie Gaston a chance to return his 4th touchdown of the night as far as returning goes.
Supreme confidence in Cedric Bonner and his receiving corps. Hunky Cooper in motion left, 4th down. Goes to Cooper underneath, who is able to shake the coverage of Thomas Orr and get the 1st down.
Well, Thomas Orr on this play, I think he realized that he had to get a good bump on Hunky Cooper right at the line. Boom! Right into the boards, but Hunky Cooper has low center of gravity. He pushes Orr along, knows where the sticks are, 1st down.
That's now in your book. Is that offensive pass interference the way he shoved him downfield?
Questionable.
Okay.
Questionable. I really think that it looked like the momentum, because of Orr was running so fast, that he might have continued on there.
Now, I asked that question because, remember, earlier in the game, Hunky Cooper on an up route with a little bit of a shove.
Just a little bit of an
Just
elbow.
a little shove, and called that one. Clearly, that was not such a little shove.
Orr got a piece of Coop right at the line, too. I mean, right initially at the line of scrimmage as he picked up momentum. He banged him into the boards, but Cooper's a tough guy to bring down.
Down to the 1-minute warning here, which means that the clock is going to stop for incomplete passes out of bounds. Arizona 10-1, though. That's the mark of the champion, I do believe. Just getting it off before the play clock. Bonner motioning Schexnayder. Great play by Willie Gaston, who bats the ball away before he puts his hands on Schexnayder. The clock will stop here with 55 seconds remaining. Good play by Gaston.
Crowd getting excited, thinking that Gaston watched the right arm, thinking the right arm got involved, but he goes up, bats the ball away, then the arm comes on pretty hard on Schexnayder. That right arm looks like it's kind of holding on, but I don't think that's an interference call. That's a good no call.
2nd and 10 with the clock stopped with 55 seconds remaining. Schexnayder in motion right. Sweep to Easter, who cuts back and is down to the 20-yard line, but of more importance, the clock continues to run, forcing Connecticut to use its last timeout.
Using that last timeout, they're really hoping that they can stop him on this series of downs.
Big calls coming up when we come back.
If you've got minor arthritis pain, you could take 4 Advil in the course of the day.
or 6 Tylenol. On the other hand, you can take just 2 Aleve. Says so on the label. It's your choice.
Aleve, all day strong, all day long.
Too hot in your car? At Pep Boys, our ASE certified technicians can repair your R12 or the new R134A air conditioning systems. Whether you need refrigerant, parts, or expert service, we have it all. Pep Boys, everything but gas.
Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame is in theaters. Will today be the day? You're ready to fly. And it looks like everybody's getting into the act with the puppets from Burger King.
Don't thank me. Thank Quasimodo.
Your kids can collect all 4, only $1.99 each, with any value meal.
3 cheers for Quasimodo!
The Hunchback of Notre Dame puppets, only at Burger King.
Tonight's presentation of Arena Football on ESPN2 has been brought to you by Mycotin. To stop the itch and cool the burn of athlete's foot, use Mycotin. 3rd and 7, Kirk. What do they do here?
If I'm Arizona and Danny White, I think about running the ball to keep the clock moving. There are no timeouts remaining. And then, you know, it's a question. With the clock running, maybe it's 4th and 4th and laser route. The hitch has been very, very successful for them. We'll see if they try and run the ball to keep this clock moving.
Poor 3rd down conversion, 1 for 5. Bonner on the up route has Duncan, but it's batted away right at the last minute. That is a call they're going to regret because of the time factor. I do believe Chauncey Hogan with a great effort.
And the reason I said you run the ball there, and I'm not, you know, it's easy to look back at this, but the only reason I'm saying that is because the clock would continue with no timeouts remaining. He goes for the home run ball. It appears initially that he's going to be able to make the catch, but again, Chauncey Hogan coming out of nowhere just to get the right hand in. Look at the right hand. Bats it away as he dives towards Duncan. Now a big question. Do they go for the kick or do they go for the first down? And right now, it looks like they will be kicking it.
Well, Trey Weir comes on now to try about a 35, 36-yard attempt. And, of course, the pressure is on him not just to make the kick, but to have the kind of kick that doesn't bounce off squarely to Gaston, who clearly has been the special team star of this game. Arizona calling a timeout to give this a debate because clearly Danny White can't have that much confidence in a man who he has already gone for it on 4th down earlier in this game.
I don't know, but it's been said, athlete's foot's as good as dead. Mighty Mike.
No cooling action!
Mighty Mike. Axe on contact.